Hello and a very good morning to you, the beautiful people of the world of Africa, the beautiful city of Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, yes, indeed. It's a beautiful day, Tuesday, September 15th. So surprising to see how far the year has gone. I mean, good things, you know, always counts on us. So you can count on us for all those good things to come your way, no matter the weather, to give you that morning freshness that you deserve. Get your day started every single weekday right here.
Yes, the best family breakfast time on TV is about to kick off. So you're very, very lucky to be right here. And every single segment of the show is planned specially for you to spur you to get things done.
Very true. Now, it's an absolute pleasure to join you in your homes. We have something special in store for you, don't we, Titi?
As always, it's, you know, he's always right when it comes to that. All you need to do is stay right there all the way till around 9 a.m. and you're definitely going to have a great start to your day. We're going to make every single moment worthwhile and hopefully a lot more beautiful. My name is Titi Layo Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal, the very humble one.
Yes, sir. Humble.
But I am, come
Humble.
on. Hey. In any case, I had me such a fantastic time yesterday.
Okay.
I slept for 12 hours. Up until this morning, 12 hours. It was well deserved because last week was the weekend was kind of like non-existent, so I needed all of that sleep.
Sleep is so important, but now it's time to wake up.
Oh, please, wake up with us. Wake up, Nigeria.
Be reminded that we're streaming the show live right now on tvcentertainment.tv if you need to move around. You can also look in on us on Facebook at TVC Connect.
And also, Titi likes to read all of your comments, please, especially now that she is back. So,
trust me.
Whatever they are.
He tells me where your comments come up.
Make sure you send them and don't forget the hashtag so we can find them. Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, please. And also remember, our app is available for download on Android and iOS store to watch us on all your mobile devices.
Yeah.
Anywhere you might be in the world.
Yes, so for those of you who don't want to watch us on the go, not to worry. You can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch up with us right there on TVC Entertainment for all those amazing videos. We actually, you know, we package them just for you. Different videos for different people.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Should tell them Friday. I know Friday's kind of like a couple of days away, but on Fridays we'll bring something to you very special at 2:30. We call it Wake Up Extra. Join us there. It's very, very relaxed. We get to talk and also read your comments as we talk to some of the biggest stars that you get to see only right here on TVC.
Okay, like joke, like play.
Yeah.
15th of the month.
I know, half of the month is gone already.
Halfway through September already.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Why is it like play?
So, you know, we always take note of when the Ember months begin. You know, there was always that Ember months thing, you know.
But this year,
it doesn't feel Ember.
Trust your best shot. We've seen enough already.
Please stop.
It doesn't feel
really,
Ember at all.
People
Stop.
are like Ember months was like, man, 2020 has already been quite a very tough year.
Are you going to add it to your age?
Bring it. I've already, I can move like 5'7" from my age. You know, but hey, come on, it's more or less like people really are like, well, look, what worse could happen?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people have in their mind.
People want to ask.
And then tomorrow wake up and then aliens have invaded the
no, just stop.
There was this joke about COVID. And the person was like, look, this COVID is not serious. It should be like a zombie apocalypse kind of thing.
No.
So when you catch COVID, you're like,
It would seem like a joke, but we almost got there. If the situation wasn't taken care of as it was.
Zombie apocalypse.
It could have been. I mean, think about it.
Okay, so you're thinking about the movies, right? But the truth is, we had the hazmat suits. We literally had the umbrella company. For those that understand the movie I'm talking about, we had the umbrella company come out and say stay home. The streets were literally empty, empty like there was something.
It was post-apocalyptic, if you ask me.
Yeah, true. I think maybe the closest we've ever been in our lifetime. I think there was one or two people who I think there's this lady who had witnessed the Spanish flu, who's still alive also.
She's still alive.
Yeah.
She must be in
and
her
she
hundreds.
survived COVID as well.
You know,
wow.
So, you know, for 99.999% of us, this is the first time I've ever seen this.
And hopefully the last, please.
By God's grace.
While we're talking about the movies,
But you see, just before you move on, it might not be the last.
Oh, please.
2014.
I'm trying to be hopeful.
Obama spoke about this, you know, and you see, he planned for this. These things would happen. You see, you have to preempt. That you have to be proactive. These things could have been avoided. So there are a lot of things that could have come out like this. I mean, But COVID is of a SARS family. There's been SARS before now, and it was how it was managed. So the point is that there was quite a number of those mismanagement with this one.
Yeah.
Things like this will still come.
Cautions weren't taken.
I wanted to, you know, I wasn't on air on September 11th. So on September, you know what September 11th did? It put everybody on alert to what could happen. You know, to a country as great as America, you know, as great as America.
Yeah, great.
But,
no
wait.
cap.
Yeah, let's not go there. Well, my issue is, after that, airport security was stepped up, all the rules changed, and I think this sort of event is going to change a lot of things as well. So I don't think it could hit us as hard as it did before.
I was going to make a good segue, but you guys ruined it.
Say something. No, let's go to it.
Anyway, let me just say real quick before the news. We were talking about the movies, and I was going to say yesterday was a gug with the buzz about David O. Actually featuring in guess what movie? Coming to America.
Yeah, I saw.
Wow.
I saw that.
We don't know how. Yeah, maybe it's just a wedding singer at the wedding, or we don't know.
Well, you see what happened? There was also that buzz about Funke Akindele in Avengers. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And her name was in some sites as part of the cast.
And then later it was
let's just chill until we are sure. Let's just chill
you
until
never
we're sure.
know. You never know.
Yeah, let's chill until we're sure.
All right, it's about time for us to take the news updates, and Mazino is taking it this morning.
So let's bring you the news. The Ministry of Science and Technology is supporting the development of a local remedy that can be deployed for the protection of all Nigerians against COVID-19 pandemic. This was made known at an inauguration of Science and Technology Ministerial Committee on COVID-19 Herbal Remedies in Abuja. Mariam Mohammed reports.
Since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic across the world, countries have been in search of vaccines to cure the disease. Nigeria is no exception, and its Federal Ministry of Science and Technology has decided to set up a committee to search for herbal remedies to curtail the spread of the virus. The ministry had on the 13th February 2020 promised a 36 million naira financial reward to any Nigerian researcher, scientist, or traditional medicine practitioner who developed an effective vaccine or cure for the disease. This committee is charged with scrutinizing and evaluating all claims brought before it with a view to identifying remedies and natural compounds against the disease. There is an urgent need to develop a homegrown remedy or vaccine as COVID-19 remains a significant threat to the health and well-being of Nigerians. Hence, the ministry is committed to working with all stakeholders, particularly Ministry of Health, to find a solution to the pandemic.
We're looking at natural compounds. We want a situation where if there is a global problem, that Nigeria can find solution to it.
The Nigerian Academy of Science pledges to provide support in order to ensure the ministry achieves its aim.
In this committee is just one way of service under these COVID conditions. There are many other ways, and the Nigerian Academy of Science has been very busy since the pandemic started.
The Federal Ministry of Science and Technology assures Nigerians that COVID-19 herbal remedies will bring global attention to the country as Nigeria is capable of providing a cure for the virus. Maria Mohammed, TVC News, Abuja.
The death toll in the Lagos train accident has risen to 2. The victims, a father and son, were said to be driving into the Nigerian Army shopping arena in Oshodi when they were caught up by the speeding train after the Highlander Jeep got stuck on the rail track. All the 6 persons in the other vehicle, a passenger bus, escaped with different degrees of injuries after the train dragged the commercial bus 800 meters away from the point of collision. Those injured had been treated and discharged by medical personnel deployed to the site of the accident. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu visited the site of the fatal accident a few hours ago, and he sympathized with the families of the victims. Minister of Transportation Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amechi was in company of the governor during the on-the-spot assessment of the site. And in Nasarawa State, 2 officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps were killed, with 10 others abducted by bandits along Maraba Ugba Road in Nasarawa local government area of the state. The FRSC officer was said to be traveling from Sokoto and Kebbi State to FRSC Academy in Udi when they were attacked at about 8 a.m. on Monday. Sector Commander of the Corps, Ahmed Mohammed, who confirmed the incident, said 26 of its men were attacked by the bandits, 2 were killed, 10 abducted, while others sustained various degrees of injuries. Residents of Tungan Maje in Abuja, whose loved ones were kidnapped by bandits, are running out of patience as the police continued an operation to rescue and secure their release. TVC News gathered that the operation led by the new divisional police officer is yielding result. But residents are worried that the pace may be too slow. Sympathizers continue to throng the residence of the victims, just as it has emerged that the bandits have informants who are still in the community. Tungan Maje, an ethnic Gbagi community, came under the spotlight last week, Thursday, following an invasion by bandits who kidnapped 6 persons. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association has expressed its concern in an 8-point communique made available to journalists in Enugu, where an emergency meeting was held to evaluate performance and also prospects and challenges faced by members operating in the zone. The group, which has representatives from the 5 states of the Southeast in attendance, commended the efforts of the governor for a sustainable and peaceful atmosphere. They urged them to ensure that everyone is fairly treated in the zone. The association, however, expressed dissatisfaction over the recent branding of its members as robbers and kidnappers, assuring that it is ready to expose any member found culpable of any criminal act.
Our challenge here in the Southeast is that most of the time things are happening. We are victims and sometimes we are blamed. So that is the essence of our meeting today, so that the whole world will know that most of these things that they are disputing to us is not true. And we want everyone to know that blanketing a tribe on an atrocity is not true, it's not good, it's not fair.
Well, indeed. So thank you very much, Mike. Let's already tell you what the papers have on their front pages. We have about half a dozen papers here for this morning. So let's already get started. Tuesday, 15th September 2020. We're starting with the Tribune newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune has this first big headline here: 31,000 policemen, 5 wrecks for Edo poll. Policemen not on election duty but moving about in mufti or uniform to be arrested, IGP says, and INEC assures on credible poll explains how smart card reader Z-Pad will work. Candidates should prove prophets of doom wrong, says Oba of Benin, and candidates to sign peace accord today. Vote according to your conscience, Oyegun. At the top of the page, failed state presidency reaction disappointing, worrying, says Afenifere, NEF, Ohanese, MBF, PANDEF. U.S. imposes visa ban on election riggers in Kogi, Bayelsa, Ondo, and also Edo states. A look at the photo story here: 1 killed in Lagos train vehicle accident, but I think there's been an update on that one, as it has risen to 2 if we listen to the news earlier this morning. And bandits kill 2 FRSC officers, abduct 10. Gunmen kill LG director in Ekiti. Couple in Plateau. Hoodlums beat policemen to death in Ogun. Man shot dead over shawarma. And cult members kill OPC coordinator, 2 others in Lagos. Very sad headlines this morning inside of the Tribune, but we have a couple more. Electrical surge responsible for Ondo INEC fire, police say. Court remands 6 in prison for sex video at Osun Osogbo Shrine, and EFCC arrests 2 lecturers, 20 others for alleged internet fraud in Kwara State. We move on swiftly now to the Vanguard newspaper this morning. First big headline here: Nigerians suffering on all fronts. Take action now. Onayeka, Jega, Agwai, others. PDP urges Buhari to resign if an APC keeps mum. We're a listening president. We have a listening president, says Adeshina. At the top of the Vanguard page this morning, TUC petitions Buhari, issues 7-day ultimatum. In COVID-19, we're waiting for NPAN to make submission on palliatives, says the federal government. And President Buhari focused on national building, or rather nation building, and unity of Nigeria. This by Adeshina. Photo story here for the Vanguard newspaper. Award presentation: Captain Hosa Wells Okumbo receiving the Forbes 2020 Best Africa Award from Mrs. Olayinka Fayomi, Chairman for an Investment Network, during the award ceremony held at the Wells Carlton Hotel and Apartment in Abuja. And to the side of the paper, Nigeria's third place in global terrorism ranking, disappointing and embarrassing, says APC Group. And a BUA donates additional $350 million to COVID. U.S. slams visa ban on election riggers in Nigeria. And final headline here on the Edo-Ondo decides elections. IGP deploys 31,000, reads Riot Act to politicians. Let's move on now to The Nation. For a Tuesday here, that story again making the front page with the pictures as two die as train crushes two vehicles in Lagos. U.S. slams sanctions on top politicians and others, those who undermine democracy in Kogi, Bayelsa, Edo, Ondo, to be denied visa. At the bottom of the page, Obasanjo Group insists Buhari insensitive, and PTF, states fail to conduct COVID-19 tests. Only 13 states filed sample results on Sunday. At the very top of The Nation for today, no room for rigging, violence in Edo, 31,000 cops deployed. Find this on page 5 and on page 11. Conversion of cars for gas fueling begins. Free offer for vehicles. Passengers stranded as workers ground Arik Air, and health workers strike cripples hospitals. That's it for The Nation. And we move finally to the Daily Trust. First, big headline, we see Nigeria on the brink of collapse. Afenifere, Ohaneze, Northern Elders and others insist. Say presidency's response to Obasanjo disappointing. It's sad we're tagged terrorists. No need to join issues with them, government officials. Golden opportunity for reflection missed. Dons. Top of the Daily Trust this morning, marketers, others back plans to make vehicles run on gas. That's interesting news. And bandits kill 2, abduct 10 FRSC officers in Nasarawa. Zulum employs 594 doctors, nurses, and others for Borno Hospital. The photo story on the Daily Trust this morning is one from residents as they listen to Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal of Sokoto State from the site of a bridge washed by flood during his sympathy visit to Silame, Kebbi, and Tambuwal local government areas of the state. COVID BUA's donation hits 1.35 billion naira. Nigeria can't sustain subsidy after 65% revenue loss, says the minister. And finally, U.S. imposes visa ban on Kogi Bayelsa election riggers. Ladies, gentlemen, that is it for the headlines this morning. Well, do stay tuned. We will continue shortly with some more goodness inside of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mazino Appeal.
All right, it's time for the Lagos traffic updates right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, as movement resumes with different people trying to get to their destination all at the same time, you have to be extremely careful with how you manage your movement, which is why we are here to ensure that you get to your intended destination on time and most importantly, safe and sound. Okay, so let's start off this morning with the Abule-Egba to Mushin route. I particularly like taking that route because of the traffic that seems almost a permanent feature there. Hopefully sometime or at some point it will definitely get better. Okay, so let's see areas to look out for. It does seem to be quite free flowing through Ile-Epo. So where you need to be worried is when you're approaching Pleasure. So because as soon as you're past Pleasure, light traffic starts, and that light traffic is just for like 2 minutes, and then it switches to a congestion. And that congestion will take you through Iyanokwaja Bridge. Just before you get to GIG is when the traffic eases out, becomes light traffic, and then free flowing. Free flowing is deceptive though, because as soon as you get to the Iyano axis, that's the Iyano area of that route, you would experience light traffic, a bit of free flow, then light traffic again. But that light traffic will not ease out. It will become a gridlock under the Dokpemu Bridge. But as soon as you pass the bridge, it becomes light traffic, but only for a short while. In fact, the traffic will start just before you get to the filling station there, and it will take you all the way to Mangoro. It's at Mangoro the traffic eases out, and it then becomes pockets of light traffic here and there until you're almost at Ikeja along, which is where the gridlock really does start, but not for too long. Just at on the bridge, it will get better. So I'm happy to tell you this morning, quite surprised as well that it would take you just about an hour, 46 minutes to get to Mushin bus stop if you're just driving out from Abule Egba bus stop, okay? So it's not so bad this morning, okay? Now, we're going to take a look at another route, but before that, I'd like to hear what the guys have for me. What's going on?
I'll let you guys know what the references have been on social media so far this morning. We have some reports about the Gomu Road heading towards Apapa and back. That's if you're going to the Apapa Wharf, being a lockdown. It's moving quite all right, but it's very, very slow. So if that's your route heading toward the island, it's going to be a slow one for you. The marina's got plenty of traffic on it, but it's a moving kind of traffic if you're heading towards CMS. Third Mainland Bridge, not too bad this morning, as you can still use this opportunity to head over to the island on it. And it's still a biblical state coming out of Ikorodu at the moment. Every single morning seems to be happening as frequently now since I think the past 2 weeks or so. Huh? Say again?
Are they walking on any road?
Yeah, the roads are up. So what's happened is that you're supposed to use the service lane on some parts because the main track is getting worked on in patches, and some of the roads are also blocked out. So it's causing plenty of blockages. Gridlocks.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to move on with the updates.
That's what we have, right?
Okay, so
Move on.
very, very funny.
You don't want to move on your parkway. Inner light.
Don't leave him.
Inner light.
Like,
She's not very happy.
Really, no,
Inner
she's
light.
not.
She's going to be beating
But
someone.
Mike is going to stop now so that Mary can continue.
Very sorry.
Seriously. Anyway, Ojodu, Beja, all the way to CMS Garage. Really good morning for you to make that trip because it will take you just about 35 minutes. Can you believe it? From Ojodu to CMS Garage, just 35 minutes if you're driving. The traffic situation right now is pretty good to go. So you might want to set out now if you've been like, should I leave, should I not leave? Now is the best time to set out, just 35 minutes. You know what? I think I'm just going to take one more route. Let's see. But before that, let me hear more updates from you guys. Okay, what do you have for me this time?
I think Mary, I think you have it covered, actually.
You got it covered, Mary.
Yeah.
The guys are busy here trying
Not
to...
many tweets at this point.
At this point, yeah. So Mary, just it's your time.
Like, really?
Okay, so if for some people heading out from Ogba to Ikeja, I should let you know that the traffic situation there is actually very good this morning. From what I can see, it will take you just about 30 minutes to get to Ikeja from Ogba. And that's depending on the route you take. If you take, if you decide to pass the Oba Kran area, you would find yourself spending just about that period of time, just about 35 minutes. But if you decide to spend, if you decide to pass through the other routes, talking about the Agidingbi route, it will take you about 42 minutes. But either way, it's not so bad. I'm sure you do just fine traffic-wise this morning. And that's about it on the traffic updates. I'll be joining the guys in the kitchen right now. I'm sure we have a thing or two to talk about. But remember, please drive carefully and have consideration for other road users. Please.
Please do.
Yeah.
She said peace.
Please do.
Yes,
Her voice changed on that second
Mary,
one, by
please
the way.
don't mind me.
There's something I was going through for a short while. I was looking at, it's not like I don't know, but something made me go through a driving code, and I was looking at the pros and cons of defensive driving and offensive driving. Found out, of course, in Lagos, majority of people are offensive drivers.
Yeah.
Are
you sure it's not defensive?
Offensive.
Really?
So defensive is basically
Driving
adapting to other people,
else.
like, you know, so driving for yourself and everybody else. So you are not, offensive is you are pushing the road to adapt to you and other users.
Okay.
You understand? But defensive, you're being more careful. When you're offensive, you want to butt in, you want other guys to submit to you, to give you room and all that.
Okay, I would have thought, you know, maybe I could be wrong, that defensive driving is when, you know, like, for instance, when trailers are trying to oppress you, and you're not trying to defend yourself, and you're trying to enter their front.
It's not the thing of, it's not the thing of war.
I'm just kidding.
Entering in front of a trailer.
I'm just like,
you must be a
this
cat.
guy, no matter how big your vehicle
You
is,
must be
you
a
can't
cat.
enter my front. No. You know, because that's how it feels. You know, even if you're a passenger in a car, it feels like everybody is trying to, like, defend their lane, like, stop people from moving.
But you know it's actually not right to keep switching lanes?
Yeah, it's actually not.
It's actually not right. But here in Nigeria, they will even insult you on it. It's not be your mate, give me road.
Very interesting stuff, yeah. But please be careful while you're out there in Lagos. It's not very safe to be offensive. Now, interesting story from yesterday on social media. I don't know if you guys saw this.
I saw it.
However, let me first of all tell the story that came from before. So, Timini, one of Nigeria's most handsome and best actors so far.
Is a friend of the house.
Friend of the house as well.
He's
Friend of the, I will
not
tell, if I
friended.
want to say, I'll say. Well, listen, guys.
Remember.
So
it's like they're off your mic.
We were all very happy when the news came out he was dating this very beautiful and young lady. I think she was only 19, and everybody celebrated his relationship with her. Like, hey, whose business is it if you're 20 years older than her? But recently, over the weekend, came out that it would seem that he is in a cheating scandal.
Honorable member, it's okay.
So wait, now I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. I say it would seem. Wait now.
Honorable member, you're breaking the bro code.
This. Wait now.
Honorable member.
I think you're the only one who's been with him. I've been with him.
I thought you were going to use the exact statement.
And everything. No, I can't do that. I can't do that because a lot of expletives and, you know, words I can't say. So that's just to summarize. What actually I found interesting is there's this tweet, or was it a comment on Instagram that's going around that is alleged to have been from him. Although I looked on his pages and I couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it there myself.
I couldn't find it. But what it read was, he said, it was very short.
Yeah.
He said, somebody cannot cheat in peace again.
Hey!
You cannot be a journalist without finishing the investigation. No. So I clicked on that particular page,
page,
and I found out that it's a parody account.
Good.
And the person even said a lot of other things, but it's a parody account.
Thank goodness I did not say
name. It's underscore Timini, so it's a parody account.
But let me say this. Parody, no parody, let me ask whether it is becoming acceptable to cheat in a relationship in the Nigerian context.
So,
because people say that na cheater no keep person kind of thing is what you hear.
Wait, let's see. Hold on. This thing now, you need to consider the mental health of this person you're talking about now. You just put out all this. We're not. See.
So you're sure it's a parody account, Mary?
It is actually.
You're sure?
Yeah,
but you know, I always say something. I said you're single until you're married. That's number one. What the concept of cheating from everything? No, isn't that the fact? So if you fill a form. So if they give you a form now and they say single married, you write, what will you write?
I want to see where you're going.
My point is,
no, let him
there
land.
is no binding legal document or anything that links you up to somebody who's not your wife
yet. A man or a woman, right?
Yes.
As in both sexes.
Yes.
There's no legal documents binding a woman to a man yet.
Yes, no.
So what you're saying is that you are free to do whatever.
I didn't say you are free or you're not free. I'm just stating some things as they are.
One thing about relationships is it's a commitment, whether it's written, signed, or sealed or not. It's a commitment. So if you cannot commit without the paper, how will you now commit with the paper?
What makes the commitment? The only thing that makes the commitment valid is paper.
Wait.
This is very
The only thing that makes commitment valid is paper.
No.
Your validity of
Look at me.
You know why I'm laughing?
Why you going after this young man?
I'm laughing because Africans have denied themselves for years. Now everybody is beginning to leave their origins, so to speak.
No judgment.
Because in Africa, this kind of things, if you judge by the pre-colonial books that I have read,
We are a polygamous society.
it's a polygamous society. A woman likes a man. She runs away from her husband to go and live with the man. Returns bride price. A man likes another woman. What does he do? He adds her to his
Honorable,
harem.
louder.
Solomon did the same thing. So, see, I try not to get too emotional in relationships because I realized something. What will happen will happen. However, do it with consideration for the future and at your own risk.
So there's no judgment. But the truth is, what is good for the goose is good for the
Did you not hear me when I was asking him to define?
If, for instance, it was the girl that did that, they would have slut-shamed her all over the place.
Mike's response would be very different. This one that is shouting like as if he's Okonkwo. His response would have been very different.
See, let me tell you something. In this life, don't come and go and kill yourself. They say something where you know no go kill you.
Wow.
Why is it that when it comes to DNA test, it's only one gender that is always the problem?
Wow.
Which gender?
Who said?
Yes.
Are you
Have you not
sure?
noticed?
See, this genotype, this DNA
sure
test.
My point about this is that,
Man.
look, somebody, you're not yet married to this guy. On all these things, now insinuation. he might have just gone to cancel somebody. You know,
Wait. What did you say?
Mike, that counseling.
I don't like, Timidi's mental health matters. I don't like this dragging. It's too much.
Ladies' mental health, it doesn't matter.
She that was dragging, the dragger and the draggy. Who's the one that you have to consider now?
Dragger and draggy.
She's the one that brought the
And
dragging.
then, by the way, you see this matter of DNA, we must analyze it, tear it apart one of these days, because I don't tire.
Listen, yeah.
Look,
I don't tire.
Timidi's mental health matter. That's all I'm saying. You
Start
people
a
that are just
hashtag.
dragging this young man.
Mike,
He might have just been
Timidi-
counseling those girls.
STD exists, though.
I want to wash plates.
Distributor of the Federal Republic.
Oh, God, you've been timing my
Well
mix.
done,
I
guys.
want to wash
Well
plates.
done.
Calm down.
Yes.
Mazino.
I'm not there.
You know what? At this point,
Unless these are just mere
I think we
allegations.
should
Well
take a
done.
quick break, people.
Please.
Yeah, so he's talking about learning from your mistakes. I hope somebody has learned from his mistake. Unless he wants to marry all of them. It's not
Mary.
People are marrying 3 wives at once these days.
Yes, so now the first hour ended on a high note.
Oh, yes, indeed. If you can feel that, that's the taste of a great morning. Next hour is about to begin on the most exciting and most exhilarating breakfast show on television, and we promise you it's going to be equally, if not even better.
Every single second on the show remains magical. We have a mind-blowing second hour curated just for you.
Yes, and we say thank you for joining us on this wonderful and out-of-this-world experience, as we always have really, really big appreciation for you guys, our viewers, and we value your viewership. It's not an entangleship. It's not a relationship. It's bigger than that.
It's actual genuine love.
Yes.
You let us into your homes every single morning. And you're letting in Titilayo Oyinso.
And Mazino Appeal, of course. Thank you.
As we move around, make sure you stream the show live on tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, at TVC Connect on Facebook.
Yes, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's tvcentertainment.tv on YouTube for more of our great videos. Sometimes I also take a look at it because I like to see the beautiful ladies.
Well, we're not really going there for you guys. We want to go check out our outfits. But we do something special on Fridays at 2:30 p.m. We go live on Instagram. Yes, so you can actually talk to us, chat to us live as we have conversations with some amazing guests.
Yes, so it's a brand new day and a brand new chef is in the kitchen to give us a brand new experience. Saw her this morning and I know something fantastic is about to come out the kitchen. Mary, what's happening in there? Mary?
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we are just getting started with our cooking. As a matter of fact, Chef Alero is a new chef. She's making her debut today, and we're looking forward to big things.
Oh, yes.
Literally big things. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show,
Thank
Chef
you.
Alero.
Good morning.
Such a pleasure, because she has something really exciting for us this morning. I can see Mazino already licking his lips.
Yells.
Taking
What can I
over from
do?
Mike as foodie.
Okay. Welcome, Chef Alero.
Welcome, Chef Alera.
We
Good
can't
to
wait
be here.
what you're going to curate for us.
No, we
Even I
can't wait
can't
to
wait.
eat it.
It's going to be
All right.
fun. It's going to be fun. And we also have quite a lot still to come on health today. We'll be discussing an interesting topic. We have Dr. Kuti. All right.
Alrighty. Second hour, guys.
Yes, second
Mary is
hour
here
indeed.
with us this time.
Yes, I
And I said something about your dress this morning. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it.
Thank you, Mazino. I feel like if I wore the king's birthday suit, you would still say the same
You're a
thing.
beautiful woman. Regardless of what you wear, you just make them look good.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you
so
very
I
much.
don't know what Mazino's plan was this
Mike, why are
morning.
you shaking your head?
Right?
Mike doesn't have my charm. He wishes he does. That's the problem.
And it's true. Mike, you, I don't know.
Well, so when these people don't have anything to say, that's what they are just saying.
Wow!
So tell them, I don't look
Mike,
pay. They don't need to discuss. Let me hype them small. That's what happens. So you have to understand
But
that.
I got something to say. Now, it's about reality TV and the fact that reality TV is becoming a reality. I don't know if you guys know 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh,
Michael and Angela
I saw that video.
actually got married.
Goodness me.
and they were reciting the vows. I personally think that marriage vows need to be restructured.
Yes.
Oh God, here we go again.
Yes.
So
Yes.
marriage vows need to be restructured. I probably, but she was straight up. They told her to love and to obey. She was like, obey who?
I was shocked. Yes.
She said that?
She said,
And this
obey
is
what?
this is not a plaything.
Obey
This
who?
is a court
Wow.
marriage. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm serious. But generally, I feel like, some of the time we can talk about it, I feel like marriage vows need to be a little bit of
No, I think they need to be tailored to each couple's needs.
Or culture.
And each
Because
culture.
because there are some
culture
people
as
that
well.
require you to, even some churches, I know they do that a lot in America, where you write your vows yourself and then you say what you know you will do.
But then you take it to your pastor for him to go over it first.
Yep.
Alrighty.
But
It's time for the news now. Ibrahim, how you doing, man?
Hear that.
Yeah, I'm so good, Mike. Thanks so much. Titi, welcome back.
before you go and say
Thank
something.
you. He's saying welcome back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ibrahim.
It's good to see you again. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control reported 132 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 56,388. Lagos recorded the highest number with 52 new infections, while Gombe and 27 had 27 new cases. Plateau and Kwara each recorded 17 and 10 new cases. So far, 44,337 people have been discharged, while 1,083 people have died from COVID-19 complications. Meanwhile, the death toll in Lagos train accident has risen to 2. The victims, a father and son, were said to be driving into the Nigerian Army shopping arena in Oshodi when they were caught up by a speeding train after their Highlander Jeep got stuck on the rail track. All the 6 persons in the other vehicle, a passenger bus, escaped with different degrees of injuries after the train dragged the commercial bus 800 meters away from the point of collision. Those injured had been treated and discharged by medical personnel deployed to the site of the accident. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu visited the site of the fatal accident and he empathized with the families of the victims. Minister of Transportation Chibuike Mechi was in company of the governor during the on-the-spot assessment of the site. And in Nasarawa State, 2 officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps were killed, with 10 others abducted by bandits along Maraba-Uje Road in Nasarawa local government area of the state. The FRC officers were said to be traveling from Sokoto and Kebbi states to FRC Academy in Udi when they were attacked at about 8 a.m. on Monday. Sector Commander of the Corps, Ahmed Mohammed, who confirmed the incident, said 26 of its men were attacked by the bandits. 2 were killed, 10 abducted, while others sustained various degrees of injuries. And residents of Tungan Maje in Abuja, whose loved ones were kidnapped by bandits, are running out of patience as the police continue an operation to secure their release. TVC News gathered that the operation led by a new divisional police officer is yielding results. But residents are worried that the pace may be too slow. Sympathizers continue to thank the residents of the victims, just as it has emerged that the bandits have informants who are still in the community. Tungan Maje, an ethnic Gbagi community, came under the spotlight last week, Thursday, following an invasion by bandits who kidnapped 6 persons. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association has expressed its concern in an 8-point communique made available to journalists in Enugu, where an emergency meeting was held to evaluate performances, prospects and challenges faced by members operating in the zone. The group, which has representatives from the 5 states of the Southeast in attendance, commended the efforts of the governors for a sustainable and peaceful atmosphere. They urged them to ensure that everyone is fairly treated in the zone. The association, however, expressed dissatisfaction over the recent branding of its members as robbers and kidnappers, assuring that it is ready to expose any member found culpable of any criminal act. Outside Nigeria, the U.S. will block some exports from China's Xinjiang region over alleged human rights abuses. It says forced labor was used to make the products, including at a vocational center. It's called a concentration camp. The export ban includes garments, cotton, computer parts and hair products from 5 entities in Xinjiang, as well as nearby Anhui province. And that's the news update for this hour. Sport is next with Mike.
Welcome back. It's about time for us to take a quick look at the headlines in the papers this morning. And we're going to start off with the Nigerian Tribune. Today is Tuesday, 15th of September 2020. Major headline here says 31,000 policemen, 5 RECs for Edo poll. Policemen not on election duty but moving about in mufti or uniform to be arrested. INEC assures on credible poll, explains how smart card reader ZPAD will work. Candidates should prove prophets of doom wrong, according to the Oba of Benin. Moving to the photo story there, says 1 killed in Lagos train vehicles accident. Page 27 has more on that. Electrical surge responsible for Ondo INEC fire, according to police. Meanwhile, court remands 6 in prison for sex video at Osun Osogbo Shrine. EFCC arrests 2 lecturers, 20 others for alleged internet fraud in Kwara. Right at the bottom there, it says bandits kill 2 FRSC officers, abduct 10. Gunmen kill local government director in Ekiti, couple in Plateau. Also, some more sad news here. Hoodlums beat policeman to death in Ogun, and a man shot dead over shawarma. Some really sad stuff at the bottom of the Nigerian Tribune there. Moving to the top here, it says U.S. imposes visa ban on election riggers in Kogi, Bayelsa, Ondo, and Edo. And I'll wrap it up with this one, shall we? Failed state. Presidency's reaction disappointing, worrying, says Afenifere, NEF, Ohanese, MBF, and PANDEF. That's what we have on the Nigerian Tribune. Moving swiftly to the Vanguard newspaper this morning, Nigerians suffering on all fronts. Take action now, according to Onayekon, Jega, Agwai, and others. PDP urges Buhari to resign if APC keeps mum, and we have a listening president, according to Adeshino. Right at the top here, it says petrol, electricity tariff hikes. TUC petitions Buhari issues 7-day ultimatum. Meanwhile, on COVID-19, we're waiting for NPAN to make submissions on palliatives, according to federal government. Why Dangote refinery won't reduce price of petrol, according to ministers. President Buhari focused on nation building and unity of Nigeria, according to Adeshino. Reading this one right by the side there. If I perish, God help Nigeria, says my Lafia, after 4 hours grilling by the DSS. I'm going to wrap it with this one. BUA donates additional 350 million naira to COVID. That's on page 27. Let's see what we have on the cover of the Nation newspaper here. It says, 2 die as train crushes 2 vehicles in Lagos. Meanwhile, U.S. slams sanctions on top politicians. Others, those who undermine democracy in Kogi, Bayelsa, Edo, Ondo will be denied visa. Obasanjo Group insists Buhari insensitive. PTF states failed to conduct COVID-19 tests. Only 13 states filed sample results on Sunday. Babcock University imposes 25,000 naira COVID-19 test on students. And right at the top of the page, no room for rigging, violence in Edo, 31,000 cops deployed. I'm going to wrap with this. Conversion of cars for gas fueling begins, and free offer for vehicles. That's what we have on the cover of the Nation. Moving to the Daily Trust at this point. Nigeria on the brink of collapse. Afenifere, Ohanese, Northern Elders, others insist. Say presidency's response to Obasanjo disappointing. It's sad we're tagged terrorists. No need to join issues with them, according to government officials. And it says here, golden opportunity for reflection missed, according to Dawns. Marketers, others back plans to make vehicles run on gas. Zulum employs 594 doctors, nurses, others for Borno hospitals. And I'll wrap with this. Nigeria can't sustain subsidy after 65% revenue loss, according to minister. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust. And that's all we have time for when it comes to the headlines in the dailies at this point.
Welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Alera!
Yeah.
She's the one in charge this morning.
Yeah.
And boy, is she in charge. You remember last Monday how I started the week with "Oh, happy day"? For some weird reason, that has been singing. No, it's not weird. It's this fish. Let me just admit. Just look at the spread. I cannot wait to get started with breakfast this morning. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me over.
Chef Alero,
Yes.
what's for breakfast?
Okay, I'm going to be making banga soup and starch.
Hell.
Yes.
Now let's talk
Banga
about the
soup.
ingredients. What are we making use of?
I'm making use of periwinkle, catfish, the dried one.
Okay.
That's starch. That's what this is starch.
This
I'm
is
going
the
to
starch.
yes, that's a
Okay.
starch.
Okay.
I'm going to be using grinded fresh pepper and onion blended already.
Okay.
That's dry pepper.
There's no tomato in that.
No, there is no tomato.
Just
You
pepper.
don't use just pepper and
Okay.
onion. That's what you
Okay.
use. Grinded onions, grinded crayfish, a bit of dry pepper. I like mixing both.
Okay.
You can use this. You can use
So
about.
that people can scream for help.
No, it's not going to be too.
It's not gonna be that
too
pepper.
spicy. Yes.
Okay.
It's not going to. So this is the palm oil for the starch.
Okay.
And that's the fish.
Okay.
These are the ingredients. This is the banga spice. It's a mixture of two spices.
Okay.
The egidije and the other one. There are two spices here blended together, and this is the leaf we put, salt and the seasoning.
What's the leaf called?
We call it beletete.
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 Go fear now, brekete.
Yes, this is
Okay.
otaiko and igidije, two blended together.
Otaiko and igidije. Then
Yes.
this is beletete.
Yes.
Okay. Well. So we have.
There, the banga is already on fire cooking.
Okay. Okay.
You can see it's
Okay.
boiling really well.
Okay.
So now I'm going to add the grinded
Fresh pepper.
fresh pepper
Okay.
into it so that it boils together.
Okay.
I'm not going to make it too hot.
Okay.
Though some people like it spicy because of the fish, you know.
Okay.
Some people like. Then I'm going to add.
That's true. The fish is going to take it. I think we should just use all of the pepper. Let
yeah.
everybody sing hallelujah.
No, you know, it's a bit the cold weather, you know.
Yes, it's even good for the cold weather. See.
So I'll add the grinded crayfish
Okay.
and the grinded pepper.
Okay. Okay.
I think I'll just add everything
Okay.
to it.
All right. So.
That's there. So I'll allow this to steam.
Okay. So there's nothing we are putting in again. Not the spices.
I'll put in the spices.
Okay.
The spices has to cook together with it.
Okay. Okay. So that's the ataiko.
And the igidije.
Egidije. Yeah.
When it starts boiling, you will perceive it inside. It has its own aroma. You can sip it a bit.
Oh wow! It
Yeah.
has this menthol kind of.
Exactly,
Wow.
and it's medicinal.
Wow. That's so cool, man. Okay, so we're going to let this
Sit and cook.
Okay. Okay.
And while I prepare the starch,
Okay. So you're going to prepare the starch now.
yes,
Okay.
I'll mix the starch in water
Okay.
to put on the frying pan
Okay.
and mix it up.
Okay.
That's
so that's
it.
all there is to making
Yes,
the starch itself,
that's
right?
it. Yes.
Aha. Okay. So Chef Alero,
Yes.
I know for sure that you have your own kitchen. It's called
Auntie A's Kitchen.
Auntie A's Kitchen. Fantastic. So what do you usually do in your kitchen? What do you offer?
Well, I cook variety of meals, but most especially I cook my Delta meals.
Okay.
I cook my Delta meals, but if you want any other food, I can do it for you.
So what Delta meals are we talking about now?
I make banga soup as I'm doing now.
This one is banga soup,
Banga
like
soup.
BANGER.
Yes. I also make gbagba fufu.
What's
We call
gbagba
it-
fufu?
It's okra pepper soup.
Okay.
Yes, it's a mixture of okra and seafoods and a bit of egusi. It's actually nice, you know.
Wow. And it's
Yes.
called gbagba fufu.
Yes, we call it gbagba fufu.
Does it make you react that way when you taste it? You know, it
does.
You have such a name. It's probably because when you taste it, you go. This is so
Yes, because
nice.
when you're eating, you have varieties in it. You could just, you know.
Wow. Like mouthful. Every
Yes.
morsel comes with something,
Something
to chew.
yes.
As
You
they
can-
say, there's something they say about this thing. Like accidents or something. When you're eating and you always
There's
touch
traffic.
something. There's traffic in the soup.
There's going to be a lot of traffic in it anyway because you use variety, dried fish, fresh fish, periwinkle, shrimps, you know,
Wow.
A whole lot of
what
things.
other soups? Because me, I'm now getting
And there's
interested
another
in this
one
soup.
we have too from Delta. It's called Owo soup.
Owo soup.
Yes,
Okay.
Owo soup. That also has traffic in it. Most of our meals from the Delta has traffic. You know, we like seafood.
And so you have access to so many of these things.
So most of our meal comes with a lot of traffic and all that.
Okay, so we will get started with making the starch. Hopefully we'll get to show it to you when next we come before we continue with cooking the soup. Right now, however, we'll take away from Chef Alero for just a few minutes and head over to Titi because she's on Health with Dr. Kuti.
Thank you very much, Mary. And on Health today, we have Dr. Kuti Olatunde, a general practitioner with keen interest in public health. He's joining us to discuss something really interesting. And of course, it's something of major concern to a lot of women out there and their loved ones. Talking about ovarian cysts. Now, it's also called the cystic ovarian mass, but we'll hear a lot more from Dr. Kuti. So nice to have you join us, Doc. Good morning.
Same here. Always a pleasure being here. Good morning.
All right, it's been a while, I know that this particular topic is one that a lot of women would like to understand a bit more. So anything to do with the reproductive organs, the ovaries, people need a little breakdown. So what exactly is an ovarian cyst?
Okay, thank you for having me. The ovarian cyst basically is just you having fluid inside the ovaries. You're not supposed to have fluid inside the ovary. So when there is fluid inside the ovary, it's called an ovarian cyst. And like you rightly said, some people call it an ovarian mass. But now that's the difference. A cyst is different from a mass because a mass can either be a cyst or it can be a tumor. A cyst is different from a tumor. But when you say ovarian mass, you are taking two of them together, the ovarian cyst and the tumor together. But when you're talking of the cyst, you are talking of fluid inside the ovary.
Okay, so many have often related, well, you know, many different complications have been said to develop from simple cystic ovarian masses or ovarian cysts. But the most common that people think about is the fibroid. How is it that ovarian cysts could lead to different complications, and what should someone do if they have any symptoms?
Okay, before we go deep down, I'd just like to break it down. So now you can have a cyst. Most times, these cysts are usually not harmful. A lot of people have it, to be candid, and it's usually found in reproductive women. Women of reproductive age, they usually have it. So some might have a little bit small size, it's not usually harmful. So it becomes problematic when it's getting bigger and it's bringing out other symptoms, then it becomes problematic. So we basically call the harmless one the functional cyst. There are different types of that harmless one called the functional cyst. The problem with the functional cyst is that when it starts getting bigger, it starts presenting with different symptoms like abdominal pain, and some people can have difficulty in giving birth and things like that. So complications are usually the major cause of time. So the complication that can arise is that ovary can twist on itself. It can rupture because it's getting bigger, and suddenly it can burst open. It can rupture, and when it ruptures, a whole lot of another problem, and as well, like I said, it can cause infertility. So those are few complications that we are concerned about when somebody has an ovarian cyst. But generally speaking, it's usually not harmless unless it's getting bigger and we are scared of complications.
Okay, so I think we should go into the most common symptoms that would lead to someone, you know, going for a checkup to see if this is the case. What are the most common symptoms that you would use to diagnose ovarian cysts?
Okay, so things like the first one, abdominal pain. So you have this low abdominal pain. It's dull. It's not that very severe, but it's constant. It comes over and over again. Some people might have abdominal distension. The abdomen, suddenly notice that the abdomen is getting bigger. Some people, while having intercourse, they have pain while they're having intercourse. Some people, it makes them urinate more excessively, and some people, it makes them go to toilet more excessively. And for some people, they're just the inability to conceive. They are trying to have a baby, they can't have a baby. And as well, they have menstrual irregularities. So there are menses that doesn't come regularly the way it should come. Some it will flow more than it should flow, or sometimes it's absent for a while, then it comes back. And those are the common symptoms that you pick up.
Okay, so there were two main symptoms there that I think just, you know, scream out at me. The first one you mentioned was pain during intercourse. Then you also mentioned irregular menstrual cycle. But then if, for instance, someone notices those symptoms, what tests do you then advise they go do?
Okay, so like the symptoms, for example, someone with difficulty having, someone with irregular menses. So when you go, you check your hormonal profile, you do an ultrasound, abdominal ultrasound. So for ovarian cysts, the gold standard to diagnosis is doing an abdominal ultrasound. So from the ultrasound, you can pick whether there is a cyst or not.
Okay. That's the only test we're talking about? Just the ultrasound, and then that's enough to diagnose?
Ultrasound, yes.
Okay.
Ultrasound is the gold standard to diagnose for an ovarian cyst. Apart from, there are other minor ones. All those minor ones can help identify possible cause of it. But the gold standard to diagnose an ovarian cyst is an ultrasound scan.
All right, then. So let's talk treatment then. Is this something that women might have to go through for a long period of time, or is this something that can be solved over a period of months?
Okay. First of all, before you even go to treatment, you have to identify the risk factors. The patient have the risk factors. You have to avoid the risk factors. Risk factors like smoking. So if the person is smoking, you have to stop smoking. Some people, when they use fertility drugs, because they want to get pregnant, they use a lot of fertility drugs. If that's the cause, you might need to stop. And some people, diabetes, also obesity, those are common risk factors. So if those risk factors are present, you have to work on those risk factors first.
Okay.
Then to treat the cyst, if the cyst is small in size and is not giving worrisome symptoms, we usually do what we call observational treatment. So we tell you, don't worry, in the next 3 cycles, like 3 to 6 months, it will resolve by itself, it will go down. But however, if the cyst is getting bigger or is giving you painful symptoms, things that you can do, number one, you can replace them on oral contraceptive pills.
Okay.
By giving them the oral contraceptive pills, you prevent them from ovulating, because the major cause is because they are ovulating, that's why they have that cyst. So you give them oral contraceptive pills to stop them from ovulating, and with time, that usually subsides. However, if that does not work, and the cyst is getting bigger and or there are complications, then the gold standard is surgery. You have to remove the cyst.
Okay. Now, that does seem like, you know, something that would be alarming, you know, to think that it would lead to surgery. But then you did say with some lifestyle changes, for instance, stopping smoking and reducing some things, you know, improving on some things in lifestyle, it might be able to be adjusted within a few months. Now, Dr. Kuti is always available to answer your questions online. If, for instance, you have a question on this topic, just hit us up on Twitter or Instagram at TVC Connect, and we hopefully will be able to answer a question or two for you. Dr. Kuti, thank you so much for talking to us about this morning. Thank you. Wow. So many questions. Hopefully we've answered a few of them for you. We'll be back after this quick break. Wake Up Nigeria continues.
Welcome again to the Kitchen Radio on Wake Up Nigeria. As they say, activity for. A lot has been going on, I tell you. Still Chef Alero right here with us, making delicious banga soup with starch. So you can see the starch mixture there.
Yes.
So what did you put into this?
Just the starch and water.
Just diluted starch.
And water.
So taking it from this form to liquid form. Okay.
And I'm going to put it on the fire now. Add a bit of palm oil.
Okay. So here's the palm oil.
Okay.
So do I pour it?
Yes, please.
Okay. The temperature. Yeah, there we go. Is that enough though? Okay.
It depends. Some people like it. Some people like a lot of oil in it, but I prefer it Not too much.
Okay, not too oily.
Yeah, not too oily.
Okay, so just out of curiosity,
Okay.
I know quite well that this banga is palm oil, more or less.
Yes.
Right? So why are we using fresh palm oil instead of using the banga to make this?
Why are we using fresh?
Yes, the fresh palm oil, since this is more or less a palm oil extract.
Okay.
Is there a reason for it?
You know, most times the banga palm fruit on its own is healthier.
Okay.
And this is where we get the oil from.
Yeah.
As we cook, you're going to see that the oil will be floating on it.
Okay.
For me, most times I drain the oil off.
Okay.
Because some people don't like too much oil on it, but some people like oil on it.
Okay.
I think now we are going to put in the dry fish.
Okay, the dry fish?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm using both dry fish and fresh fish. It has its own taste.
Oh, so when you use the two, it makes it taste better.
Yes.
That's the periwinkle, right?
Yes, the periwinkle is going in now.
Okay.
Then I'll put this. Fish. It's already cleaned. You don't have any dirt inside.
Okay.
Well cleaned and roasted.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
So I'm going to put it in so that it cooks.
Okay. How long is this going to have to cook for?
Say like 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes.
It's not even up to about 5 minutes.
This seems to be something very easy.
Very easy. The only difficult part there is getting your sauce from the palm.
Okay.
Kernel.
Is it possible to get some that is of bad quality, or no matter where you get it, it will always be of good quality?
You know, there are some people nowadays, they do the canned one. But for me, when I'm cooking, I always buy the palm fruit itself and I make it myself from home. Okay. You have the canned ones, but I've never used any of those.
Okay.
I do my banga myself.
So how do you extract it?
I boil.
Okay.
I want to put this on the fire while we're talking.
Okay.
With this, you need to maintain stirring. Yes. So you avoid
Should I cover that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you. So we're going to allow that to cook. Then we'll come back. The fish is going to be the last because it doesn't take time to cook.
At all.
So we're just going to...
Are we still going to put in seasoning and...
Yes, after adding the fish, the final seasoning. The beletete goes in last.
Okay, then the salt and the seasoning going just after
the fish. So that the taste and everything, it's on.
So it's a case of getting all the natural taste first, then just enhancing it with the seasoning cubes. Wow.
Most times, even with crayfish and the fish and everything, it's fine. It's good to go. Okay. But sometimes some people just want add a bit of seasoning. But with crayfish and all this, it's fine. And sometimes you can use beef assorted. Okay. But for me, most Deltans will prefer fresh fish.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so fresh fish is far better to make use of, right?
It's tastier. Fresh fish, you can
especially with the sauce.
Yes, seafood, assorted. You could make varieties with different protein. Okay. But fresh fish, tastier. Okay,
so we're going to keep stirring this, and of course we'll continue with the cooking process. At the end, we'll definitely explain. I know in the third hour we'll be back again. That time we'll just do the explanation of everything that we've done so far. Right now, however, I know for sure Mazino is on standby for parenting.
Wow, Mary, if only you know what that looks like. It takes me back decades to when my mother makes that in the kitchen. I just want to, oh, lovely. I can't wait. Anyhow, so welcome. So let's talk parenting now. And with over a decade experience as a Montessori director and entrepreneur, Ochiko Prudence Daniel has joined us this morning on parenting to talk about child abuse and the Montessori education. Hello, Prudence. How are you? Good morning.
Hello, Mazino. Good morning.
Hey.
Good to be here again.
It is good to have you here again every single morning. We always look forward to having you here as we talk about our kids, the Montessori education, and how it applies to the different cultures of life. So today we're going to be talking about child abuse and the Montessori education. And I have a ton of questions for you this morning. First of all, I want to ask, regarding Montessori education. Now, regarding child abuse, where does the Montessori culture stand exactly?
Okay. Generally, child abuse, 2 words come to mind. That is maltreatment and neglect. Yeah. But Montessori sees it a little differently, in the sense that what others might tend to be very mild, Montessori would be alarmed at what effect or negative effect it could have on the child. So Montessori, rather, when it comes to child abuse, I would like to link it to what we call normalization or deviation. Naturally, every child below 6 operates on what we call the absorbent mind. And this is the state of the mind of the child that soaks in information. It's like a sponge. It just soaks in information from its environment, or like a camera that takes a picture, takes images, snapshot of images from its environment. So that being said, I'm only trying to express or explain that every one of us, we are a product of our environment.
Okay.
We are,
so, Ochiko,
yes, please.
from what you said what other cultures might see as, this small thing. The Montessori culture would be alarmed at it. Can you give an example of some of these features you're talking about here that would seem alarming to a Montessori educator?
Okay, for example, I was actually trying to create a background because it's very deep. This is a very sensitive topic in the Montessori system. Yes. So every child requires respect, and what a child becomes is actually the result of how we handle them when they are small. So at that little stage, when they are absorbing and taking in, soaking in everything in their environment, we stand a chance of either abusing them to become deviated children, or they become very well normalized children who can concentrate and work unsupervised, effortlessly, and rest at the same time. So when you see children who are restless, who are misbehaving, who are unstable, it's all as a result of what I can term an abuse, so to say, in their upbringing. Yeah, so instability in a child, it's kind of like as a result of abuse, so to say.
Okay. So,
and by that, I mean in developmental issues, like as a child is growing up, there are stages, there are things that are meant to be done, and when they are not done, these can result to these anomalies that I am talking about.
Okay, so in much of our culture here in Nigeria, when you talk about respect, it talks about subduing a child's confidence. You can't look a parent in the eye, especially when you're talking to them. But I know that in other cultures, it's expected that you're bold enough to even respond back in confidence. Is this the Montessori system as well?
Exactly. I like that you have linked it to confidence, because much of the abuse brings about low self-esteem in kids, in children generally, whether in Nigeria or anywhere in the world. So, but Montessori focuses and promotes respect for the child, because a lot of that results in the total, we speak about totality in developing a child in the Montessori system. So that respect and according the child the rightful developmental support results in that beautiful, total, well-grounded child that we are all looking for.
So would it seem that it is the lack of respect that we have in our culture for the child that is responsible for most timid behaviors that we see in children or as they grow up, that it even goes into their adulthood?
Right, 100% Mazino. Because like I said, every adult is a creation of what their childhood was. Every adult is a product of their childhood, of their environment. So what you feed a child on when they are young, I don't mean food now in terms of development, in terms of whatever they are able to absorb at the absorbent mind stage, what they are able to soak in. is what will come out in the end. Yes, so respect is a huge one when it comes to child development. And in Nigeria, I would say the more we begin to realize that our culture, to an extent, brings about some kind of timidity in us, the better we are able to raise more beautiful and more confident children who can innovate, who can explore, who can, go into the world well ready to become the Albert Einsteins and the innovators of the world today.
Wow, you summed it up very nicely with that thing you just said, the last note you just made there, because it's a fact, if you don't have a confident child, they wouldn't want to ask these questions that could lead them to, well, explore the world and also expose their potential. But thank you very much, Ochiko. It's always a pleasure to have you here talking to us about our children and how we can be greater parents, and especially using the Montessori system as a tool. We look forward to seeing you again next week here on the show.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Mazina. I'm glad to always be around.
Well, thank you very much. Do stay tuned, you back at home, because we've got more. The kitchen is sizzling, and it's all buzz here on Wake Up Nigeria. Can't wait. We've got more coming your way.
Clock, and we're moving quickly to the next. Hello. We're live.
There's stuff happening in the kitchen.
Face here, please.
It's that chambanga.
I have a show to do. The chef is distracting Marino.
I can't help
Mazino.
it. It's okay, you can call me that too.
Marino, Mazino. See. The fish is actually distracting me as well.
Oh, wow. What a day.
The aroma in the studio is
big.
Let's keep the show on the road. Can you see that? Can you
God,
see that?
Jesus, look at my childhood. Lottie, dotty, shawty.
I don't know about his childhood.
Lottie.
So your childhood is cooking in the pot there.
I'm telling you, man.
Let's move along, people. And we know you're about to step out of the house, so as quickly as possible, we're going to tell you what's happening on the show today.
Oh,
We've
yes.
had a great show so far.
So far, so good. It's been good. If you missed the first 2 hours, well, you missed a lot, but don't worry. We know that your time is very, very, very precious with us, so we like to bring you everything as it comes.
And time waits for no one. Welcome to our final 45 minutes on the show. What do you think about how it's been?
Well, it's been a great show, but do remember, this is what I'll say to you: do what you have to do by making hay while the sun shines. Last 45 minutes here is going to be absolutely interesting, as you can see already.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering who's going to taste that banga and starch.
You know it's you now.
You people don't have any skill.
You guys know.
I'm the only one who's got that skill.
You guys know where. So I don't want to start something I can't finish. It looks like a meal that is a bit...
Don't go and learn how to eat banga on camera. Oh. I'm warning Mary now. Don't embarrass yourself. Oh. Anyhow.
I'll eat this food.
Oh,
so stop
wow.
stressing yourself.
I'm so excited about today's kitchen affairs, but it's all good. So let's tell them what we have this final few minutes coming up.
Part of our job to ensure that the entirety of your day is going great, as the last couple of hours have been. And we sincerely hope that you've had a great time with us so far. Hope you stick around for the rest of the show. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. It's that simple. Stream the show live, please, people. tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook as well. TVC Connect. We are here for your comments, so remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very important. Click that notification bell so that you can be alerted when our new videos are posted.
On Fridays, we bring you something special at 2:30 p.m. It's called Wake Up Extra on IG Live. Follow us already so you get that goodness as well.
Yeah, very calming,
Don't talk your smile.
Something about a live band.
If I say
and music,
anything to Mazino right now, you say yes.
Yes, no, true.
You should know now. You say yes.
But you're a Patakan
If
boy
I say
now.
kneel down now, if you kneel down.
You need that.
You kneel down.
Mazino,
I will not tell you.
you want to?
I will not
If
tell
you want to eat that food
I
now,
was telling them there's only, well, I thought it would be only me who's qualified enough to actually eat that dish.
When there's a
But he's from Port Harcourt.
boy,
So I believe that.
really serious. Mike, the concentration should be here. You guys, why are you all looking
You don't
to
know that
side?
my lineage is Delta Wari.
Yeah, so
So we
qualified.
Nah,
Okay,
lineage
but
coming.
how's it coming up?
the cooking
not
skills,
bad.
cooking
Not bad.
skills of the average woman right now, for some men, it's a criteria before they settle down with a particular.
He's not
type
ready
of
to
woman.
get married.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's not cooking skills anymore.
No,
are you
he's
sure
not
about
ready
that?
to get married.
Are you sure about that?
You just reminded me of something that I saw on was it Twitter? It was Eva Elodia. I don't know if she's a model now or a singer or rapper still.
She's also
multi-talented.
She's very
makeup
beautiful.
artist.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Isoko girl, by the way. She wrote something. She said, why is it that men always want to extend financial resources to women, even on the first date, even on the first meet? Because there was this tweet of this lady who said, I like being a woman, and somebody sent me 50K just because I chatted with them
Wow.
on
Yeah.
50K.
Well,
And
We need
yesterday.
equality. Let me chat with you and you send me 50K. Feminism. Feminism, where are you?
not
Let's
only
chat.
feminism.
I've never been a fan of receiving gifts.
as a woman from a man.
It's never been my thing. But there are some people that find it as, to be their love language, and it sort of opens up their eyes to how much they could possibly
No, but
learn
look,
to love
for me,
somebody.
Wait, for me,
Love
it is
language.
selfish
Yeah.
if it's love language and you receive. If it's love language, receive and give.
Exactly.
But if you come and say it's your love language to receive, shut up.
It's
not that deep.
No. Knowing Mike, if you have to translate that very, very differently, receive money. Give what, Mike?
Give don't give that much as a singlet.
What? Give what?
Money.
Give what? I ask again.
Give what you want.
if the lady
Don't give us boxes as singlets.
Okay, Mark, in why
you
in
give
life. The
that
kind
one.
in that skit that will give you 10 million for 300,000.
But that's skit though. When she came in real life, Auntie was saying she wants to be spurt. That was just skit with macaroni. That was just skit. Auntie had 10 million, give 10 million. Which auntie in this world? Even if you were Bezos, what's her name now? McKinsey. You will still don't give that 10 million.
It does feel like some men don't have much more to give than their
financial.
money.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot more upstairs to
It's
give
the same way some women don't seem to have much more to give than their
bodies
money.
just
I don't want to say it.
or
but-
their cooking skills.
Yeah. But
All
what's
right.
the point, really?
The point is that news is up.
Yeah, so let's just go straight.
Ibrahim is very ready for us. I don't know what Ibrahim's love language is, but
Reading the news. Read the news to me, baby. Read the news to me.
I'll keep that behind my chest. I'll keep it behind my chest, don't worry. I won't tell you now. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control reported 132 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 56,388. Lagos recorded the highest number with 52 new infections, while Gombe had 27 new cases. Plateau and Kwara each recorded 17 and 10 new cases. So far, 44,337 people have been discharged, while 1,083 people have died from COVID-19 complications. Meanwhile, the death toll in the Lagos train accident has risen to 2. The victims, a father and a son, were said to be driving into the Nigerian Army shopping arena in Oshodi when they were caught up by the speeding train after the Highlander Jeep got stuck on the rail track. All the 6 persons in the other vehicle, a passenger bus, escaped with different degrees of injuries after the train dragged the commercial bus 800 meters away from the point of collision. Those injured had been treated and discharged by medical personnel deployed to the site of the accident. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu also visited the site of the fatal accident and he sympathized with the families of the victims. Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi was in company of the governor during the on-the-spot assessment of the site. And in Nasarawa State, 2 officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps were killed and 10 others abducted by bandits along Maraba-Uje Road in Nasarawa local government area of the state. The FRC officers were said to be traveling from Sokoto and Kebbi State to FRC Academy in Udi when they were attacked at about 8 a.m. on Monday. Sector Commander of the Corps, Ahmed Mohammed, who confirmed the incident, said 26 of its men were attacked by the bandits. 2 were killed, 10 abducted, while others sustained various degrees of injuries. Residents of Togan Maje in Abuja, whose loved ones were kidnapped by bandits, are running out of patience as the police continue an operation to secure their release. TVC News gathered that the operation led by new divisional police officer is yielding results. The residents are worried that the pace may be too slow. Sympathizers continue to throng the residence of the victims, just as it has emerged that the bandits have informants who are still in the community. Tungan Maje, an ethnic Bagi community, came under the spotlight last week Thursday following an invasion by bandits who kidnapped 6 persons. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association has expressed its concerns in an 8-point communique made available to journalists in Enugu, where an emergency meeting was held to evaluate performances, prospects and challenges faced by members operating in the zone. The group, which has representatives from the 5 states of the Southeast in attendance, commended the efforts of the governors for a sustainable and peaceful atmosphere. They urged them to ensure that everyone is fairly treated in the zone. The association, however, expressed dissatisfaction over the recent branding of its members as robbers and kidnappers, assuring that it is ready to expose any member found culpable of any criminal act. And that's the news for today on Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back to the kitchen. Hey, a lot has been happening. I just can't get enough of what I've learned today. As you can see, that's the soup ready to be served. That's the banga soup, right?
Yes, that's
okay,
it.
so it is ready to be served. And as you can see, this is the starch. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to put it here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Most times we eat from the native pot.
Okay.
This is called ewo.
Does that enhance the taste?
Yes, it has its own taste.
Oh, so it's usually served directly from the heat like this. It must be hot, like piping hot.
Piping hot.
Wow. So imagine someone serving this to you in a restaurant. So how do you eat the starch?
Okay.
You just like put your hand
Yes,
in.
you put your hand and cut.
Okay,
from the
you
bottom.
cut it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I have 2 people here. Mazino
Okay.
and Michael are ready to do justice to this. One is a Port Harcourt boy.
I'm
who
sure
is claiming Warri lineage.
I'm sure he knows how to eat it very well.
Yes, that apparently. So they're looking forward to doing justice to this. So this is how the food has to be served. Like enough confusion, or what's that in traffic?
Traffic.
Wow. So how do you get to the soup? There's already too much going on. How do you now get to the soup?
You can, or you could serve it out too.
Okay.
You could serve it out if they can, but if they are from Port Harcourt and Warri, like you claim, they should know how to do it.
So they will do it with the fish
yes,
together?
they will.
Wow.
That's part of the fun.
Wow.
And enjoying the meal too.
So if I wanted to order this, how much would it cost to get this the way it is? Okay. I know that a colleague of mine too. When
It's not
the
so
first day I
expensive.
asked her how much she sells her fisherman soup, she did. So I know what that means.
Don't worry, it's not expensive. It won't break the bank for you
Okay.
to have this. You don't have to break
So
the bank.
what I actually find magical is how this color was attained eventually. Because I remember when we were mixing it, by the way, this is what it would look like if not served in a bowl. So
Yes.
just the way you would package your amala,
Amala,
or your
semo,
eba,
or
or your
pondo.
semo.
Yes, that's how
so
it's
yeah, so you
packaged.
just serve it into a bag, and then whoever wants to eat it will just take it out of the bag and put it out to eat. So this is what it looks like in that regard. So this is on its own as well. So basically, that's it for our banga soup and starch, courtesy Chef Alere of Auntie Kitchen. So that's breakfast this morning. We have something really interesting for you right now. You remember at the start of the show and even at the top of the second hour, we're talking about funny videos. Well, you know you love our funny videos, don't you? Here are some more to brighten your day.
Yep, thank you for staying with us. We have online, virtually, of course, American-based recording artist, violinist, and praise instructor. El Grace is a successful gospel minister who's ministered on several stages in the U.S. and, of course, around the world. She's an unsigned artist with over 15 songs to her credit. And she also dedicates her time to coaching young adults.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Oh, that's great.
she
That's
has a
good.
lovely smile also.
She does. Good to have you here, Grace. El Grace. How are you doing?
Thank
Good
you
morning.
very much.
Ah, fantastic.
You're looking very, very... What, is it morning over there?
It's actually 3:30 in the morning.
3:30. Okay.
Thank you for taking out time to join us. But let's bring you back home for just a minute. So we know you schooled here in Nigeria before leaving. We know you studied architecture.
I did.
And we also know that you're a nurse and a minister as well. All of these are so much to carry for such a beautiful person, first of all.
How did you do
By
it?
the grace of God.
Aha. Is good.
Oh, no, that's all you will say. But how were you able to put all of this? Which one came first? How were you able to achieve this in such a short time?
Well, you mean all the careers?
Yes.
The careers, the talents and everything.
So, well, I started singing as a kid. I started playing the violin when I was 2.
Oh, wow.
I grew up singing, but when I was a kid, my 2 passions was being an architect and being a nurse. But you know, Nigeria, of course, I couldn't tell my parents I wanted to be a nurse. So I went into architecture, and I did work a couple years. Then I had the opportunity to study nursing. I love to take care of people, and that's why.
Wow. And then you also had to keep up. Well, at any point, did you ever take a break from music and pick up, or was music also concomitant or constant with you along this journey?
Yes. Singing professionally and recording, no. I was just singing my own, you know, like church singing. People call me to their functions to sing. I didn't see myself recording. I just loved to sing. And I always went out whenever they call me to sing. Until about 3 years ago, I started writing my songs 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I also noticed that you still sing in your mother tongue. It's not like other people, when they go abroad, they start singing in English, oh, Jesus, and then you still speak Yoruba like that Kure girl. So this is a value that you keep with you, yes?
I love my culture. I love my culture. I love my language. Yes, that's why.
Is it in vogue there? Is it something that that sells there, over there, singing in vernacular, your own tongue? Is it something that sells there?
Yes, it does. People see, a lot of times people don't think about it that when they see you as an African, they want to see the African in you. They're not trying to see a version, they're not trying to see your version of themselves. No, they're trying to see the African in you. And there's so many African people, not just gospel artists, that sing even to the top level in America in their native language.
Nice.
Nice. All right, now
As a matter of fact, my song was used on a red carpet award in California. This latest one that I recorded, they loved it so much that they had to use it.
That's nice.
Wonderful. Now, having such a career and, of course, a profession or 2 professions, you definitely would have had your own share of challenges to get through to all of this. Let's talk about the not so pleasant sides. How did you face them and how did you overcome them?
Challenges career-wise or music-wise?
Both ways.
Career-wise, not so much, just the regular, for example, the COVID situation, just the regular little glitches you get at work. By the grace of God, school went on smooth for me. Everything went on fine for me. In fact, God was with me all through. Up till now with my work, I don't force about my schedule. I just leave it to God, and God just make them do it the way. Like today, I didn't have to beg them, I don't want to work. God just make them schedule me in a way that I will have time to do my own thing. So career-wise, God has been very faithful. And my ministry too, most of the challenges I had, especially was before I got anybody to believe in me and give me a chance to record my song.
I can
People
imagine.
look at me and want to be.
Yeah. Now, if I gave you, first off, fantastic music you have, great violinist as well, but you're also a gospel artist. So if I give you $1 million today and said, let's switch your form, make you do secular music, be very truthful to yourself, El Grace, would you take it?
No.
Huh?
No.
Do you know it's not loud enough?
No.
Why wouldn't
No.
you? Why wouldn't you?
No.
So why wouldn't you take it?
I always tell anything that you do that can move people away from why Jesus died on the cross. It's very weary because God will not like that. No.
Wow.
I will not be the reason for some people not serving God the right way.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You're a beautiful lady. How do you deal with male fans? With admiration from, you know?
He went there.
How do you deal with it?
I'm used to it.
Simple answer. She's used to it.
So, yeah, I just answer. I try to keep everything formal. I try to keep it respectful. I acknowledge their feelings, but then I don't give in to, I don't let that get, it doesn't even bother me at all. It doesn't bother me. I just smile.
Okay.
All right, so we just heard that a bird just...
A little birdie
a
just
little bird
told us something
just told
very
us
special about
that,
this date.
You have a cake that you've sent via DHL or something down to us.
Is it your birthday today?
Yes.
It is, right?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how are you celebrating today? Let's talk about your day. What are your plans for today? What are you going to do?
Well, it's not 15th. On your side, it's the 15th already.
Oh,
On my
yeah.
side, technically, it's still not the 15th. It was actually the 14th.
Yeah, we're bringing you
So,
back home. So let's take it from this side.
Yeah. So, okay, on your side, it was yesterday. I had a nice time.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
When I had a nice time.
Okay, so what do
I
you...
celebrated with family and my mom.
Wonderful.
That's good.
Wonderful. So what should your fans look out for? What do you have coming? What do you have coming up? What should we expect from you?
By the grace of God, I want to, I have a whole album that I released by the grace of God last year. I haven't even done any videos for that. The 2 videos I've done so far have been new songs. So I want to work on them. I want my fans to expect more visual stuff from me. I want to work on the videos for my album so that they can connect with my music more and get the real message behind my music.
All right. All right.
All
Well,
right.
El Grace.
It was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure definitely speaking to you all the way from halfway around the world.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
And yeah, we've got some of your music here we will be playing. And that will be while I and Mike join the other guys in the kitchen here. But thank you very much. It's a pleasure. And we look forward to seeing more from you.
Yep. Wonderful. Wonderful.
All right. So let's see something from
It's been a
El
wonderful
Grace.
time on the show.
Yeah. Wait, no. We'll leave the key. I know what you're rushing
I'm
for.
not rushing to the kitchen.
All right, so welcome to the kitchen, guys, right here on Wake Up Nigeria. As it is breakfast is served. After this, you don't need lunch, you don't need dinner, you don't need anything.
You're raising your
Chef
speed,
Alero, this is breakfast, right?
Yes, it is.
Banga soup
And
and
starch.
starch. Okay.
You know that
Right,
those
so-
ice cream, those one there.
What?
They so soft.
Really?
Mazino, first time boy.
Wow.
All those first time boys, they know
They
how it
just
is.
told you their ages, guys.
Chef Alero, please tell us how we arrived at this while Mike tries the...
Hey!
I got my
You just broken his
Oh, yeah.
heart.
No, Mazino is my G. Mazino,
While Mike...
you want someone to die here?
Don't do
You want someone to die here?
No, Mike is the one
Mazino
trying
will
it.
die here.
I want this Port Harcourt boy...
No. Mazino
Excuse me,
prepared
this
for
is
it.
my kitchen.
He put his
I
hand.
want this
Wow.
Port Harcourt boy to try
Jesus, you are my life.
I beg before he swears for somebody.
Come on, paint here.
Bring wash hand. Hell.
Not proud you
You
now.
see, prayer is the key. When you
Not
started
proud.
praying to God, that's when the food came back.
For your mind.
Chef Alero,
Yes.
I just want to say that this looks already fantastic. Which way now?
All right.
So,
So let's do this. Let's do this.
what you do is you have to pinch it,
Pinch it.
lift, squeeze, and then cut. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You want to show us again? Show us again.
Oh, God, just chop that thing. Well, good.
Then you take the soup and then you.
I would definitely not have gotten that,
that
technique right. Even if I
A lot
was
of
the
people
one.
don't.
So can you show us the technique again, please? One more time. One more time. Please, one more time. Do you have to lick your fingers? Show us one more time.
You are not going to dip your hand into that soup after licking your finger. What do you mean?
This is my thing.
End the show because there's about to be a fight here.
This is my soup.
Thank you so much for being on, for watching us today.
Thank you.
Many thanks to Omni.ng for the kitchen accessories.
Wow.
Thank you to the crew. Thank you to everyone who has contributed.
Thank
You think I'm
you.
joking? Thank you to everyone who has been on the show. Chef Alero, thank you so much.
Why are you
I'm not
rushing?
eating that food. You think I'm joking with you? What kind of joke is that?